Let's do that all over again.
Jack!
Rich.
Jack, do you know what people hate?
Um,
Cutesy animated characters of us.
do they hate that?
They despise them.
Really?
That thing that just made filming episodes of Prereq just quick and convenient for us?
Yeah.
I hated it.
So for this episode, our comeback episode, Rich, we're going to talk about an early access game.
So what? You had this whole early access thing where you despised the idea.
Yeah.
For as far as I could tell, no particularly good reason.
I did not like the idea, and I still don't like the idea of selling something that's not quite finished yet. For example, we did an episode on a game that was out in early access called PUBG. And I came down pretty harsh on that because several reasons. But one of the big reasons I came down harsh on it was because there was no kill cam, and I constantly didn't know how I died, and it was very frustrating. After its 1.0 release, they got a kill cam.
Oh, do you know why it has a kill cam? Because it was in early access and they heard the complaints and they were able to do something about it because the small developer who didn't have the funds of a AAA dev was able to get that valuable feedback.
Yeah. You know what? It's a little bit of risk reward.
Jack?
What?
This is a double-edged sword.
Yes.
It's a double-edged sword for the developer. They get that like, you know, the kill cam feedback, they get that.
Yeah.
But they also get judged early.
That's true.
And there's benefits and there's risks.
Risk reward.
And I'm fine with it because occasionally a really good game will come out of early access.
Yeah.
And Slay the Spire looks promising.
It really does. Nice wraparound. Wrap it all the way down. That was great, Rich. So Slay the Spire is a bare bones deck building roguelike. You can pick and choose what goes in your deck as you play the game.
So like you know, a roguelike, instead of finding a power-up for your sword, you find the card that does, you know, +3 shield every turn.
Exactly. And the thing that makes Slay the Spire so great is right now they have enough cards where you can have wildly different strategies with every run.
Wildly different.
Yeah.
Wildly different.
Yes.
At first, you talked about this game, and I thought, it sounds like Hand of Fate without the combat.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of randomization depending on what cards you get and what works together well, and sometimes you'll discover things you hadn't even considered. Like this card, I keep seeing this card, it seems useless. But then just one time by chance you discover, once you use this card with the card that duplicates cards, well, now that's a really good card.
Yes. Slay the Spire naturally encourages experimentation because you will get random cards all the time and you say, I will never use this card, fuck that card until it's in your hand by some, you know, magic spell. Then you say, all right, fine, I'll use this card, but oh wait, and you start doing the math, and it turns into something wonderful.
Well, the important thing here, though, is it's usually the interaction with another card that makes these things special.
You got a bug on your...
It's gone. Yeah.
I smacked it.
That was one shot.
One shot, one kill.
You can have hidden gems in your deck. Like you find one card and it's like, you get plus 15 defense, 15 shield. That sounds really good, but it adds 2 wounds into my deck. I don't want wounds. But then you discover, like, you got this other card. Oh, look, this card does bonus damage if you have wounds. Oh, these 2 go really good together.
Mm-hmm. Or you have cards where this card only works if you exhaust another card. Well, I could always exhaust a wound if I have wounds in my hand. And so even cards that you get in order to work with one card might end up accidentally working with another card. A great strategy, just great strategy. Very simple, very streamlined, very clean. That's the magic of deck building.
Yeah.
It is about crafting the perfect murder machine at your hands. Even though, it's shuffled, you get 6 cards in your hand, 5, 6 cards in your hand.
Yeah.
You want to craft that deck so you get only the hits. Which is why something that seems very unimportant at first, the ability to remove a card from your deck, most people would say, why would I want to remove a card from my deck? I want all the cards. But you got to keep your deck slim so you get those awesome cards over and over again.
It's counterintuitive for a roguelike. You play a Binding of Isaac, and you just want more stuff. What does this do? Can I add this to my arsenal? Yes! and Slay the Spire, it's not that at all. Just, I don't want more stuff. I got the stuff I need. I got exactly the stuff I need. Don't give me more stuff. More stuff hurts.
Right, because more stuff means that you might not get the stuff you want.
Yeah. Well, you want every, if possible, you want every hand to be those one or those, usually those 2 magic cards that work so well together. You want just those cards and only those cards every time, to the degree where there's a famous video of this game of somebody online, a streamer, beat this game with only 2 cards in his deck.
Yes.
But they were the right 2 cards.
Magic can happen. Slay the Spire is clean and to the point to where I guess like any video game is all about hiding the math. Right? And
if you're XCOM, it's just right in your fucking face. But.
Well, even in Slay the Spire, like all the numbers are there, but when you do the combo, you're not thinking 14 plus 21 with a multiplier of 50% damage. You're thinking, I'm gonna slash him, I'm gonna light him on fire, then I'm gonna hit him with lightning.
Jack, we're very different gamers.
Oh, I get into it. I do the math, of course, but then I think lightning strike, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they do a good job of getting you into the moment.
Okay.
Even though I'm utterly obsessed with it at the moment, I think I got 20 hours into it before I even told you about it. Mm-hmm. And now that time is easily doubled. I play it all the time. I have only won once because it is a very hard game.
I have won 0 times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the difficulty in this is fun hard or just punishing hard. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a fan of FTL.
Yeah.
FTL is hard. Mm-hmm. FTL is really hard. I'm sure there was a point when I was playing FTL when I was thinking, this game is just too hard. Why isn't it easier? Mm-hmm. But there was a hump at some point I overcame in FTL.
Yeah.
I got over some kind of hump, and I got much better. I don't know if in Slay the Spire, I don't know if that's ahead of me yet. That where I get over the hump and, oh yeah, no, I get it, this works, and I can win more consistently. I don't know if that's ahead of me, or maybe it's just never gonna come.
I think I have finally hit the point where I am consistently reaching the end boss and almost beating him. Almost every time I play now, I'm getting to that final boss. I haven't beaten him, except for the once, but I'm getting closer. I'm getting to that point where maybe I'm understanding the good combos, right?
And by the way, you say the final boss.
Yeah.
But this game isn't done yet. It's just the final boss you can get to currently.
Right, for now.
For now. It's the final boss for now, and I can't even fucking get to it, which is probably just like the mid-game half boss.
Other roguelikes incentivize you to keep playing. There's unlockables, there's things that you can add to your arsenal. I think one of the games that does this the best is The Binding of Isaac. Just the more you play, the more items that enter into the random pool. And Slay the Spire has a similar thing with experience points. You know, if you gain so much experience, there's new cards that now get added to the shuffle. You don't get new cards often enough for my taste. I want more reliable stuff that I'm unlocking, because that would incentivize me to keep playing more.
Well, once again, early access.
Yeah, of course.
And that it might be set up that way deliberately because they know they don't have that many cards yet to unlock because they're still adding cards.
Right. Oh, of course. Which is fine. Which is fair. But I think that's something that would definitely get me over some of the difficulty humps. Though, to be fair, apparently it's not affecting me that much because I keep playing.
See, all right, so it's addicted you.
Yeah.
And this game, it is fun, it is addictive. It's also occasionally to be very, very frustrating.
Yes.
Because there'll be times I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a really lot of fun. I have what I feel is just, it's a killer deck. Oh, this is the run, this is the killer deck. But the game gets so brutally difficult, I die anyway. And even though, even when you thought you had the deck and you still get absolutely fucking crushed, it's discouraging. There's times when the enemies will be doing fucking like 60 damage to you in one turn, and hell, even if all of your fucking defense cards came up in that hand, it's not enough to block half of that damage. I don't know that it's fair.
Fairness is a question. Even if it is fair, losing might not be fun. Losing might not be fun because sometimes there is no skill involved in loss. So, going back to some of the other roguelikes that I love, like your Binding of Isaac, your Spelunky, your FTL, there is an element of skill where even if you have shit items, you can do very well. Like with Isaac, if you're just very good at dodging enemy attacks, you can get pretty far with just your starter tiers.
Yeah.
You don't need the good items to do well.
I'll bet you $1 million there's somebody online who their thing is doing itemless Binding of Isaac runs.
Of course. And another negative for Slay the Spire is you can do everything right and just get the wrong cards in your hand, and there is nothing you can do.
In Slay the Spire, you can do everything right, have all of the right cards in your deck, and there's nothing you can do. And that, I think, is the problem.
It's very defeating. Just seeing the cards you have, seeing the attack that the enemy is about to do, and knowing that there's no way to stop it is really soul-crushing. One of my final times at the final boss for now, I had 27 health. The boss was about to do 27 damage.
Like exactly?
Exactly. It was exactly 27 and 27. I had no potions. I had no defense cards in my hand. But there I was in a situation that I had no control over. There was no dodging and rolling. And of course, you know, that's one of those situations where 10 stages ago, if I would have traded one card for a different card or picked up something different, maybe I would have had that one shield that I needed or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's still frustrating. But I'm still playing it.
I'm still playing it too, but since a little bit of the frustrations kicked up, less so.
I had this amazing run where I got the card that lets you keep shield between rounds. I got the Mega Shield card and the card that does damage for how many shield you have.
Oh, that's nice.
So like after 3 rounds of every fight, just boom, 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 decimated. I was unfucking stoppable.
Until you got stopped. I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if this isn't an FTL type situation where when they made FTL, they were balancing the game based on the feedback they were getting from the most hardcore players, which is why FTL is so difficult. And then at the end, they realized, oh, wait. And then they added an easy mode, which was still hard.
Yeah.
But they added an easy mode.
Yes.
And I think that's what Slay the Spire needs. It needs that easy mode.
Sure. Just a confidence booster.
Yeah.
That's what it needs.
Confidence booster deck.
I really like the design of the enemies and you and like those bird mask people, what are they?
The cultists?
The cultists. The enemies are really cool. I like the look of them. I'd love a little more animation, but I think that's part of the thing that will get your average Joe into this game is, you know, pretty things to look at while you're playing.
Fair enough. That's not a deal breaker for me, though.
No.
Yeah.
Not a deal breaker, but, you know, just a little something. A little more variety. Maybe make your 3 world maps look a little different.
Well, that's probably, that's an early access thing, I'm sure.
Very minor complaint.
Yeah.
Very minor. Something that's really neat along the same lines as an FTL is choosing your path.
Yeah.
Is that, they have kind of branching paths that intersect, and you have your regular enemies, your elite enemies, treasure chests, shops, fires for resting. That's actually part of the thing that gets me every time is just planning out my route. I love doing that. Like, oh, okay, I have some good cards, but I know I want to upgrade, so I need to hit every fire that I can. And
it's a simple thing.
It's a simple thing, but it adds to the joy of the game. Well, great. We'll see you in 3 months.